Hello, I'm the Eternal Newbie. The extra L is for longevity. Today we are celebrating my 10th video. People said I'd never make it this long, but I showed them. Shows what you know, I've got like twice as many views as videos. Ignore him, people. This is a celebration. In order to celebrate this, I'm going to do what I do best. I'm going to give advice. I've been playing for a good while now, so I was thinking, what are some things I wish I had known when I first started playing? I thought and I thought and I thought, and I came up with 12 things. Okay, I came up with a few things and some nice, thoughtful people on the internet gave me some more ideas. So we're going to start out with a few that I learned in my time playing. I've already talked about a few other things in my previous video, like metagaming and not making everything about you. I won't talk about them again, so I'm going to start with this. Number 1 is, don't try to win. This was a tough one for me. Dungeons & Dragons, more than any game I've ever played, is more about the journey than the destination. We all have parts of games we hate that drive us insane and make us want to throw a controller through a screen. Well, not me. I have perfect control. But D&D isn't like that. I mean, sure, you won't enjoy every single aspect of the game, but there shouldn't be any parts in the game that make you want to go live in a monastery on top of a mountain somewhere. I'm not saying every part of Dungeons & Dragons is going to be the most interesting, but if you're focused on the ending, you're going to miss a bunch of fun stuff on the journey. A Redditor suggested the next one. He said sometimes losing is more interesting than winning. Now, I don't really know much about this because I never lose. But I'm great at figuring things out, so I think I know what he means. I'm reminded of something I saw on Critical Role. More about Critical Role below. The gist of it was they were attacked by a bunch of dragons. They figured out they couldn't fight them, so they ran. The town was destroyed. Sounds like a failure, right? But it led to all kinds of missions as they gathered allies and items to help them defeat the dragons. It really was an amazing story arc, and it never would have happened if they had beaten the dragons in the first place. From Twitter, I got this gem. Don't expect to be perfect. Learn your character and work towards leaving your comfort zone, which is great advice. If you've seen my first video, and if you haven't, why not? I set great expectations and miserably failed them. See? Take that as a lesson. Even me, the Eternal Newbie, as great as I am, was not perfect my first time. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Impossible as it is to believe, it's true. Don't worry about being the best. This game isn't about being the best. Do what you feel comfortable doing. If you do what you're comfortable with first, you'd be surprised how quickly it grows. Before you know it, you'll even be doing voices and role-playing like an Eternal Newbie. Next, an anonymous person said, watch other YouTube videos. I've got to admit, this one had me stumped. Why would you need any other videos? I mean, you've got mine. So I did a search. YouTube is filled with great videos to answer your questions or teach you about D&D. Want to know how combat works? There's a video for that. Want some tips on making your character? There's a video for that. Want to see an actual game being played? There's lots of videos for that. I already mentioned Critical Role, which is very popular and rightly so. It's full of voice actors who I've heard have taken improv classes, and it definitely shows. The DM is very descriptive and imaginative. It's really good, and there are years worth of videos. Highly recommended. And if they ever need any advice, I'm always here. Like I said, there are tons of videos out there. If you want suggestions, hit me up. There are even a few funny story videos that come close to approaching mine for quality and goodness. YouTube is a good choice for learning about D&D. Our next tip comes from another Redditor. He says, treat it like you're putting on a play in a theater is the best advice I can give you on both sides of the screen. This goes back to realizing you are not your character. If your character makes a mistake, that's not your mistake. You're an actor portraying a role. Arnold Schwarzenegger isn't really a robot from the future, and you're not really your PC. Don't make the decisions you would make the decisions your PC would. For example, your character may have an irrational, deep-seated fear of muffins. So he's going to run away screaming like a baby when he sees one. This seems like a really bad thing, but it could lead to lots of fun and interesting situations. Play your character. Don't let your character play you. Hey, that's pretty good. I should trademark that. The memes write themselves. I can see the t-shirts now. What? Oh, yeah. Advice. Back to the advice. Well, that's it for now. I know I said I had more ideas, but this video is starting to get a little bit longer than I was planning on. Hey, maybe I can save them for the 100th video.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I hope you found some useful advice here, and if you have any advice of your own for new characters, leave it in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, shoot me a like and a subscribe. It would make everyone so happy. And as always, play your character. Don't let your character play you. Yes, new catchphrase.